Hey guys, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over my quick thoughts on today's Marvel Legends reveals from the Hasbro Pulse live stream on YouTube. I'm just going to talk really quick about the previous reveals from the past few weeks, and then we'll jump right into these new reveals. I really haven't been digging the stuff that Hasbro and Marvel Legends have been showing off lately. I don't know. Stuff has really not caught my eye, and I'm really not interested in a lot of stuff, unfortunately. I mean, really the only things from SDCC I liked from Marvel Legends was the classic Black Panther for the movie wave. The rest of the wave looks fine. It's just that Black Panther I like the most, and I don't think I'm going to rush to get those movie figures just yet. The Soft Goods Beast, that's going to be pretty sick, actually. But other than that, the rest of the stuff just wasn't that interesting to me. I mean, we had some D-list villains, or more obscure villains, I should say, from Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery, as well as some Disney Plus stuff like Marvel What If, as well as Loki. We also had the pre-order drop last week for the Marvel Legends Riot, Agony, and Comics Venom 3-pack, but that is really expensive. So the prices are going up, and I've been seeing people who have been getting some figures in the new recycle-friendly packaging. They've either had really bad paint apps or wrong parts, or really both. So it's really disheartening to see that we are being charged more for less plastic and for potentially more QC issues. I can't speak for everyone who's getting these new figures, but from what I've seen, some of these QC issues are pretty bad. Anyway, I'm done getting on my tiny little soapbox. Let's go ahead and talk about these reveals. First of all, Molten Man, new comics Molten Man. Looks like it uses the body from Sunfire as well as the Sandman series, Spider-Man 2089. I think Deadpool's used it once. Other Spider-Man figures have used this. You guys are familiar with this body by now. It is pretty reused by now, unfortunately. I still think it's a pretty good body, though. I thought it was the Vulcan body for a second, but I think the shoulders are smaller here than Vulcan's, and also I saw pins on this figure. I could be completely wrong, though. Looks like it's using some parts, mostly hands, from Human Torch, and I think the figure looks okay. It's just I know there's really not going to be any paint apps involved with this figure except for maybe the flame pieces. All that yellow goldish color on him, I really wish would be painted. It would have looked nicer, but oh well. Next, we have Silvermane. So, yeah, this is interesting. This head came with Speedster, I think. I don't remember. It was years ago, but I remember this head. It has a little bit of like photo printing tech. Some of the common figures now are having this photo printing tech, and this one's gonna have it, and it's on a reused Ultron body. I believe it's also used for Ultimate Beetle. It's been used just a couple times, not too much. I mean, it looks all right. Honestly, I'd pop the head off and use it for another Ultron. I don't know. It looks fine, I guess. The weapons that it comes with, we've gotten before, but they were okay. But for people who have wanted this and not just the RC car head version, I guess that's cool. And then they showed that they are bringing back the Spider-Man Teenage body, which I always thought was actually a pretty good body. So I didn't know why they didn't, use it for different variants throughout the years. But now we have the black suit version, which looks like it has some purple highlights in the figure. I actually think that's really sick. This is a really nice looking black suit Spider-Man. Me personally, I mean, I'm fine with my adult black suit. But if you need the teenage black suit, there you go. That's pretty sick. But I learned I have to get on a soapbox right after I say this again. It's a 5-pack. An Amazon exclusive, and it will be dropping the pre-order next week on Tuesday. I don't know what the price is yet. I'm guesstimating $135, if not 150. It's not going to be 150. It's going to be around 125, 130. They've been really committed to packs lately. They just put a lot of figures I think shouldn't be in packs. I like to cherry pick these characters. They just put them in a lot of packs and charging way more lately. I don't really know how much I like that. They've got like a bunch of packs, more than I think. I mean, half of the Spider-Man 60th anniversary stuff was packs. We have the Venom 3-pack I just mentioned. Now we have this, and they're really milking us dry for the completionists, man. I really don't think I'm going to be getting this, unfortunately. But I will admit, even though it is the windowless box, which this is a similar box that came out with the Defenders 4-pack a few years ago, and I was fine with that. This is a pretty nice illustration on this box too, so at least the box looks cool. Let's move on to an entire wave. They finished out showing the wave of the new Disney Plus figures, because they showed off the classic looking Loki from the Loki series, as well as Kang and the Howard the Duck figure, which I think is going to be extremely disappointing for how small it is and how little articulation it has. But I'm showing here the What If Zombie Iron Man, which actually I think is kind of sick, if I'm being honest. I forget what number armor it is, but this is the Infinity War figure, since this, the storyline is set what would have been Infinity War. And I never got that Iron Man. I heard some people were just not a big fan of that body. The head sculpt on the zombie Iron Man here is really sick looking. It has the dirty paint apps on the suit. So you could swap this. I don't know if the paint apps are going to be too cartoonish on here compared to if you have a previous Iron Man head, popping this on here and you get a dirty variant there. I could be wrong. I think they retooled. I'm seeing pins. I thought they retooled this to have pinless, but I'm seeing pins on this figure. So, but it does come with some repulsor effects too. If you want to build up your Marvel Zombies, roster, there you go. Which the Captain America was a pretty decent figure, that zombie one. So yeah, bring on more zombies, especially with that series eventually coming out. Then we have Zombie Scarlet Witch, which actually looks pretty sick. Now, this one I do believe is retooled. I think it has double jointed elbows and has pinless tech. Has some rips and tears in the body, which is used from the Civil War figure. I believe that was the Abomination Wave back in 2016. It looks good. It looks like a good use of retooling. The problem is that even though the hair looks really sick, I have a great feeling that the head stability is not going to be great. If they pull it off and the head is pretty stable, that's going to be sick, actually. Who knows, though? And we do have the some effects pieces that came with some previous Scarlet Witch figures and other characters, too. Then we have this. This is the Red Skull figure that was from the episode where it was Captain Carter. I believe this is a body reused from the San Diego Comic-Con pack a few years ago. I believe that came with a Tesseract. I could be wrong. This is pretty sick looking, though. It looks like the red on this guy here is going to be too bright compared to some of the previous Red Skulls. The MCU Red Skull, that was basically a Hydra army builder. That I believe that red's going to be too dark when you want to match the neck here. I think the comic one, though, might be able to fit on this. So this is the one, besides some of the zombie ones, this is one of the ones I really do want to get, because I think this could work no matter what. Whether you have it, just for your what if stuff, or for maybe the MCU stuff, you want to customize the heads and repaint them, or if you want to put it in your comics display and have it with this outfit, even though we got last year's, or I think actually, I don't remember when we got that comics. Red Skull. I think it was over a year ago, like a year and a half ago. But anyway, I like this one. I think it's pretty sick. I don't know how great the articulation is going to be, because that long coat looks like it's going to hinder the legs horribly. But still a nice looking piece. Jimmy Woo, let's go. This is really sick because you could use this as a civilian, or if you want, it's just Jimmy Woo. So that's actually really sick. Really nice looking figure here. Comes with some smaller accessories for him. And I have no idea. Is this using the Peter B. Parker arms and coat from the Into the Spider-Verse wave? I could be wrong, but it does look like it's also on a previously used suit body. The ankles on the suit body, unless it's like Nick Fury's or Loki's, are not my favorite, if I'm being honest. But this still looks like a really sick figure. Not just for civilian building, but, if you ever wanted a Jimmy Woo figure, there you go. Next up is the Build-A-Figure for the... this is going to be the last review, really. Well, really one thing after Khonshu here. But yeah, Khonshu is the Build-A-Figure for the new Disney Plus wave. We're going to have the Infinity Ultron and then the Khonshu wave, which is really nice. Looks like there's some decent paint apps. I'm afraid there are going to be, not paint apps in certain areas, but it looks like there's going to be a decent number of paint apps, mostly dirty paint apps, because I was afraid that just from what I've seen, the Moon Knight figures look a little too clean. Especially the normal looking Moon Knight should probably be a tiny bit dirty, but this is pretty nicely sculpted. This is probably the best reveal from the live stream, and it's a Build-A-Figure that you have to get with figures, I think, many of which are so. I was kind of gushing over, the zombie Iron Man, as well as Jimmy Woo, but in reality, I have a great feeling that those are not going to turn out. They could turn out good, but the other ones could also have some serious problems with, fun factor, especially Howard the Duck. Oh my God, that figure. Anyway, Khonshu looks really, really sick. So I'm digging what they did with the Build-A-Figure here. Here's the entire roster of the Khonshu Wave. So you're getting Howard the Duck, as well as that Ant-Man head in a jar. You're also getting Red Skull, Zombie Iron Man, Zombie Scarlet Witch. You're also getting Agent Jimmy Woo, He Who Remains, and Classic Loki. And then, of course, you build it all together, and you get Khonshu. The pre-orders are dropping tomorrow, August 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last reveal they showed off was a tease, and this is Turg. They're probably going to be doing something with the Future Foundation, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Yeah, that was the reveals. Oh, boy. I think they're better than STCC. The Zombie Iron Man's sick. I don't know how fun that figure is going to be, though, as well as Wanda. I like that they retooled her, added some new parts. But, again, head stability, not the greatest. The Red Skull looks really good because it could be versatile, but I don't know how fun the figure is to pose around because of the cloak that's covering the legs. And Jimmy Woo, I definitely raved for Jimmy Woo. We're going to have to wait and see just how well that turns out. The other stuff, like the 5-pack of the villains, including Spider-Man, not really digging, unfortunately. I don't think it's awful. It's just not for me. So, unfortunately, again, the Build-A-Figure is really sick. I just wasn't the biggest fan of these reveals. Let's hope PulseCon can really win me over. I don't know how many people share similar sentiments with me right now, but oh boy. For my Marvel Legends collecting days, I have no idea what's going on there. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to be too dramatic and saying, I'm going to quit Marvel Legends, but it's getting really, really hard to defend the stuff that Marvel Legends is doing because to me, it's just not great lately. So anyway, that's my thoughts. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below what you think about today's reveals. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys later.